May I now invite our next speaker, Mr. Louis Ho, to start his session. Mr. Ho, please.
Thank you. It's my honor to be here to speaking about our company, and also thanks for Professor Leung's recommendation invitation. So my name is Louis Ho. I'm co-founder and CEO of Avalon SteriTech. So our company only have 3 years of history, so we actually found just after COVID. But our research was actually way back. It started from 3 visionary doctors. 2 of my co-founders, Dr. Johnson Lau and Dr. Manson Fok, together with their Hong Kong U classmate, Professor Yuen Kwok Yung. We actually designed our robot well before COVID. And then at the time, we run with a assumption, which is, what if SARS come back? So this is a kind of hypothetical questions, which is like 5 years ago, no one really think about it. But we do. And then we also managed to persuade one of our partners to actually co-develop the robot with us. And so that's how I actually got involved and also start this company from scratch and then grow the company in the last 3 years. So this is our first partner, MTR. So we managed to persuade their management about 5 years ago to give us some funding and also doing R&D together to co-develop this disinfection robot to be used in the train. Okay, because if there is a big pandemic come back to Hong Kong like SARS, then I think probably the MTR system would be seriously affected because we have about 5 million people actually use it every day. So if the system got infected, then of course the whole city would be shut down. At the time, all this is happened before the COVID. But still with this assumption and also with the aspiration, both from our team and also from the MTR management, then we design this disinfection robot. You probably see this in the MTR videos a lot. So here we would like to run a video to show our robot actually in the applications. As one of the audience just mentioned about how we find the first client, I think we were very, very lucky that for our company, we have our first client rather quickly. So we have MTR to start with. So from that, we now become a quite successful company. We have about 10 partners, including Cathay Pacific, ECHO, MTR, and also other metro lines. We also have the investment from SoftBank Robotics. So we are actually their first investee in Hong Kong. And also we now have the support from both the Cyberport and the Science Park in terms of funding and investment. So our company grew from 3 part-time colleagues. Now we have about 40 people full-time working in Hong Kong and also different countries. And then our business not just in Hong Kong now. So we have quite a few success stories now in Macau, China, Australia, Middle East, Europe, and also in the US. So this is the sector that we have focused on. As we just mentioned, I think in these last 3 years, disinfection is really the key focus of our company. And then because of MTR, of course, we have quite a good success in the mass transportation. So now we have MTR and also San Francisco Bus, Shenzhen Metro, and also the Beijing Metro will now be our client. And then with the success in the metro, then we expand to the aviation. So we are now the exclusive partner for Cathay Pacific for their aircraft disinfection. And then with that, of course, we are growing internationally to other airlines as well. And then the other second sector is hotels. So we're basically working with most of the 5-star hotels in Hong Kong, and also now with a lot of success in international as well. And then for the commercial, we're working, of course, with CBRE and a lot of the other shopping malls and office buildings, shopping mall, government, different departments, and also hospital, which is, of course, the most difficult client for us because they always have virus. So that's why they really need our solution to help them to do the disinfection. So we've started from Hong Kong, doing okay in Hong Kong. Then now, I mean, we are growing to the Shenzhen, the Greater Bay Area. So now we have our machine both in Macau and in China. For example, in the Macau University of Science and Technology, and also in the Hong Kong U Hospital in Shenzhen, both are using our robot. And then we are also doing a lot in terms of the metro. So probably for the high-speed train, for Shenzhen Metro, for Beijing Metro, those are really, I mean, our customers. So this is another kind of interesting set of our client, which is aviation. So this is the robot that moves around in the economy aisles within the aircraft, and this one is for the Airport Express. So with the good base in Hong Kong, now our business is all over the world. So we now have clients in Dubai, and also in Australia, in the Europe, and in the US. So also just with the sector I just mentioned, the metro, aviation, commercial, and also the hotel and elderly home. So what's next? COVID probably is almost to the end. So what's our next journey? So we start to build and integrate our system into another thing, which is the environmental diagnostic. Because I think after COVID, people do see the higher demand from customers about what's meant by clean. Before, probably it's more about the visible, like the dirt and the others. And now it's more about the invisible, which is the virus and the bacteria. That's why now we combine with the diagnostic tools and technology. We have a machine which can actually test up to 41 pathogens, different types of viruses. And then we also put the sensors on our robot so that we can actually collect data for our clients and then to do some analysis and to kind of guide them as to improve their cleaning and procedures. So this is something that we have, transformed our company from a robotic company into a robotic chemical company, and now it's more like a data analytic company. So hopefully, we can still, carry on our journey with our R&D team and also with the support from all our stakeholders and partners. So this is kind of my humble submission. So feel free to ask any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ho. May I invite our session moderator, Professor Leung, to host a Q&A session.
Thank you. Any questions? If not, may I ask Louis, what do you think about your niche technology? Because we see a lot of robots out in the shopping areas, some of them different sizes, and there must be some kind of niche technology in which MTR or Cathay Pacific would select your robot versus the one that is going around the shopping mall.
Sure.
Can you elaborate a little bit about that?
Sure, thank you. Our company actually started as a biotech company, so we are not a traditional robotic company per se. Our company is more to combine different technology into a solution. So as you can see now, we have a disinfection robot, but actually it combines a lot of different fields in terms of technology. For example, mechanical, electrical, software, and also the chemical, we actually make our own chemical. That's why we also have the disinfection. And then we have also a biology team which are focused on the research on the virus. So I think this is the combination that we can offer to our client, not just on the robotic side. And I think the client really appreciate our total solution to help them to solve the pain point on their operation. And I think that's probably why we stand out from other companies.
Okay. Any questions from the floor? Yes.
Yes, thank you for the presentation. It's great to see that this has developed from a standalone product into almost a platform now. And you've introduced other products and other capabilities of your platform. I would assume there's lots of other areas that it could branch into in the future as well. How are you actually going about marketing this overseas? Are you exhibiting and such like, or people coming to you, or are you proactively going out and looking for markets and looking how you can extend your offering into that market and allow people to benefit from that?
Thank you for the question. So I think we were very lucky to find partners during our journey, for example, MTR, which of course with them, they help us to market in the metro system in different countries. And then we now have Shopping Robotics as our shareholders. That's why they're also helping us to bundle our service or product into that international operation. That's the reason why we grow quite good internationally in the last 3 years. And now with Cathay Pacific. So I think all this is we help the leading company in one field. We develop the prototype with them and then test it, run, so that we can actually export the market. So this is how I see we grow the company, honestly, quite quickly in the last 3 years and using this model. So hopefully this will kind of keep us growing.
Great.
Thank you.
And can I ask, is it, you're probably still a private company at the moment and everything, but are you able to give us some sort of idea of the turnover or the value of some of these contracts that you've landed?
So far we have, I would say we have quite good success in terms of our contract value. Our revenue actually grew more than 100% last year in the last 2 years. So I think we have, with the support from our shareholders and our, partners, I think hopefully it will still be a very high growth company. So thank you.
Great success for a Hong Kong company.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, I guess in light of the time, maybe if there's any further questions, we will reserve for the panel discussion. Again, let's give a big hand to Louis. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Leung and Mr. Ho.